Hello, Wake Up New Zealand, Cassie speaking. Well, I thought today I would fact check the fact checkers. Since the Ukraine Russia war began, the people have said on Facebook, etc., other social media platforms, Zelensky, he wore a Nazi badge. And then the fact checkers said, no, he didn't. That was something else. And then others said, well, they did wear Nazi symbols. And fact checkers said, no, they didn't. So I decided to fact check the fact checkers on this one. And I came up with that Ukrainians, there were some Ukrainians that actually did join and were members of an SS Nazi fighters division called Galician, the Galician Nazi Division. Now, there have been commemorations as to the soldiers who died in this division, Ukrainian men, and parades that have gone on, annual parades. So there was one parade in Chervon as the SS uniform trudged through the trenches with their model-fired rifles. This is the celebration. They enacted this out in recognition of commemorations of the key battle against the Soviets in World War II. So in this parade, this ceremony, an Orthodox priest stepped forward as he leads the ceremony for the fallen soldiers of the SS Nazi unit. He sprinkles blessings over several men supporting a swastika. They take part in the ritual ceremony of reburying a coffin of one of the war dead, who actually were a member of the SS Nazi Division. These soldiers were known as nationally hailed heroes. The soldiers of the SS Division of Galician, others were appalled and said, no, they're not heroes. And this actually meant that sometimes brawls took place between those that believed they were heroes and those that believed they were traitors. So there was this division that was created. So some Ukrainians had cooperated with the Nazis as an opportunity to overthrow Soviet regime. So they joined the SS division, Nazi division. For instance, Ukrainian veteran Mykola Yamakulov, sorry, I can't actually pronounce this, an 80-year-old grey-haired man said, those that say we were in German uniforms, yes, we were. We even carried German guns, but our heart was full of Ukrainian blood and we never betrayed Ukraine. So then there was his friend who'd actually fought beside him in the SS Nazi regime, Michael Kharkov. He was Ukrainian and he had moved to Minnesota and he was there of this day of celebration. Also, but he was shown in an Associated Press investigation as allegedly commanding a Nazi-led unit which was accused of terrible atrocities. But they waited till he was too old and unwell before they decided to prosecute him. So he was never prosecuted. And, as for crimes against humanity, like the Holocaust, there is no expiry date on that. But the annual commemorations of this SS Nazi division gave the insight that revealed that Ukraine was indeed involved in the Nazi regime. The Ukrainian nationalist insurgents has been spoken about by leading historians. The Ukrainian Self-Defense Legion remained loyal to the Nazi regime. Those that participated were members of the SS Nazi Galician unit. They see themselves as freedom fighters for the Ukraine. Another commemoration day for the same SS Nazi Division was held in Lviv. Men and women wore traditional Ukrainian embroidered shirts, marched along the streets waving SS unit blue and yellow banners, and there was clearly a contingent that was inspired by the Nazi armed forces. Some wore SS caps, others wore SS Nazi uniforms, and others gave SS Nazi salutes. A band of neo-Nazi skinheads marched alongside them, and it's obvious that it would not be beneficial for the NATO, UN, International Court to actually make this well known, because they hide this. They make out these are heroes that have fought for the independence of Ukraine. So this investigation that I've been looking at, the AP American investigation, shows the involvement of Ukraine as members of the SS Nazi Galician Division and the Ukrainian Defense Legion being accused of torching villages filled with women and children. So the AP American investigation into the Ukraine was about the Minnesota man that was a member of this SS Nazi division, and it's called the Carco case. And that would be thrown out because it was left too long. As I say, this man was too old, too frail, too unfit, and was never prosecuted. So they will all be hailed as fighters for the independence of Ukraine, heroes, never Nazi criminals. Wake up, New Zealand.